Right, what's going on there, everyone? So, first off, I just want to start off this live stream by saying the first live stream today didn't go too well. Do you know what? I'm leaving my glasses on. I'm a pussy when I come on camera with me bloody glasses. Honestly, I'm a muppet. Like, I don't even know why I'm so scared. It's not even scared. It's just like I watch back with my glasses on and I feel like I'm a different person. Anyway, the first live stream earlier didn't go great. In fact, it was going well until it cut off because my internet is doo-doo. So we're going again. We've got some news. We've got some updates. But more importantly, at the end of the stream, I just want to let you know that I'm going to spend about the last 20 minutes answering your questions and stuff like that. Before I do get into any, and I do want to just explain why I haven't uploaded over the past day or two. I promise you, I'm not trying to be lazy. Yesterday, I went to London to film with Triple H Sport. Obviously, other content creators was there, Expressions. Everyone knows Expressions. If you watch me, you know who Expressions is. There's other people. Rory, top guy. Gotta love Rory, my mate. Also, Steve, the Manchester City fan. There was loads of people, and you know what? It's a good day, mate. Flex from Manchester United. From the United stands, I'm acting like he's a player from Manchester United. But no, it was a good day, lads. Even got to meet Chunks as well, because I just bumped into him on the way home. I thought that was a bit of a mad thing. But nah, it's been boss, lads. But because I've been in London and not at home, and I haven't, been able to record or anything like that, I do massively appreciate everyone who's came into the stream. It really does mean a lot. Obviously, not a major the boys, but I want to start off this video on positive vibes, you know what I mean? But it's a bit difficult when you've taken into consideration Liverpool just get more and more devastating injury news and updates. And I never saw the first half of the game against Midtjylland yesterday. I did get a chance to watch it back, so we will talk about that a bit more in a bit, because I know I missed an instant match reaction on that. But it's just crazy how our team's dropping like flies. And I will keep up with the chat in a minute, and I am sorry if I do miss any comments. I will make sure that I read through them in a second, but I just need to express my thoughts. First off, Fabinho goes off in the 28th minute, hamstring injury. So what could that mean? That could mean possibly he's out for 4 to 6 weeks. Could also mean he's out for 6 to 8 weeks. I still, even if it's 3 weeks, mate, you're still missing about 7 Premier League games, or not even Premier League games, just 7 games of football, including Premier League and Champions League. That's no Fabinho. Now we've only got Joe Gomez. We've got to have him wrapped up in cotton wool, because if you lose him, you're literally forced to move a Reece Williams in there. And I want to ask you in the live chat, and for people who are just not watching this live and are commenting down below, is it time to bring in a Reece Williams, or would you prefer to see a Jordan Henderson come in? And this is only if Fabinho's injury is serious and he does have to miss games of football. If you ask me, if I have to make a prediction, I think Fabinho is out. I think he is going to miss probably about 6 games because of how tight the schedule is. We've got such a tight schedule coming in December as well, so we need to make sure if any time he's back for that. I think that's what's most important. I will talk about Salah. I will talk about the Thiago update, because there's even news on Thiago. That's actually more good news, do you know what I mean? Don't worry, that's not more injury updates, because I feel like this season has just been one big pile of just injuries and just me updating yous. We're trying to give positive updates, but I can't, because the biggest story of the day is one of our players dropping like a fly. Starts off with Virgil van Dijk, but even in between that and before that, we've had other little injuries. We've had other little, niggles within the squad. Even like Mane getting COVID. Keita had his little issue. There's plenty of problems right now at Liverpool. And not only in Liverpool, it's across the Premier League. Everyone's dropping like flies. But it's just very, very tough to deal with. And you can only be positive for so long. When you lose the best centre-back in the world, you'd have to be devastated, and you have every right to be devastated. But the number one thing that I'm just trying to offer to you is you can just about get away with that, especially when you have someone as great as Fabinho to fill in for that role, because we know as a footballer, Fabinho is amazing and gets into most sides, if not every side in world football. Oh, just nearly knocked that over. But when you're losing a Mo Salah, when you're losing a Mane, when you're losing Jordan Henderson, I think Jordan Henderson is the biggest miss out of the Liverpool team. I feel like if we lost Henderson for the whole season, I don't think we'd have a chance to win the league. A lot of people have been asking me that as well. James, do you think with all these injuries, Liverpool can still win the league? We can still win the league. and I'm not saying we will, because I actually don't want to be throwing out that prediction right now with the unpredictability of the league and the team and the starting 11 because of all these injuries that we're getting. But we can still win the league. Jurgen Klopp is a good enough manager. I feel like in terms of the circumstances that is being presented before him right now, I feel like there's no better man to take these absolute blows more than Jurgen Klopp. I really, really don't. I feel like Jurgen Klopp has made a career on literally mishaps, misfortunes, downs, lows. I feel like Jurgen Klopp is the one who can get us out of this. And regardless of Mo Salah, and like I said, I will talk about a little bit more of his injury in a sec, but it's about as a whole squad, because I don't think we're seeing the last of these injuries. We don't know when all these players are going to come back. Even Thiago, our brand new, perfectly new Ferrari, Lamborghini, whatever fucking car you choose, he was that new purchase, and he's a fucking good one, and we haven't been able to use it. We haven't been able to drive that fucking thing. We've got to try it. We've got to test it. We even saw that it does really well, or it works really well, but we haven't got to see it properly. Now moving into the Mohamed Salah news. So if you don't know, after the game against Midtjylland, which we won 2-0 for those who have been sleeping underneath a rock, Mo Salah was limping back in the back, and it didn't look good. Never looks good when a player's limping, don't get me wrong. I haven't really looked too much into it. Not much news has came out about what it could be. Obviously, it's something to do with around his ankle, his foot, his leg, whatever. It could also just be something minor. You don't know if he's just stood on his foot a little bit funny and whatever. He was moving a bit quick, so I suppose if you can look into any positive signs, you can look into that. But it is still scary, because when Mohamed Salah goes, it's like, right now you haven't got your best centre-back, you haven't got your top goal scorer, you haven't got the best cover in Fabinho, and you just don't know what's going to happen to Sadio Mane tomorrow. Like, let's be real, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, we don't know what's going to happen in training. We've only just got Alisson back, thank fuck, because if we had all these injuries with Adrian in goal, and bear in mind, we pretty much did for a very small chunk. But thankfully, Alisson came back in time, and now we need to keep him fit. Joe Gomez, we need to keep him fit. Mo Salah needs to be fit, and I feel like if there's any position in this whole entire squad that is okay, that is safe, in my opinion, and I can only speak for myself, it's the attack. Because when you can bring on a Jota, when you can bring on a Shaqiri, when you can bring on a Origi, and we'll speak about them players a little bit more in a bit because we've got a topic for them. It's a little bit better, because it's not like back in the day when we didn't have good options. When you look back at the Real Madrid final in Kiev, and we only had Lallana to bring on. So I'm basically just trying to offer it's not as bad, but it's still not ideal with Mohamed Salah at the moment. And I am devastated. I do want to get your thoughts. If you have any questions before we move on to the Thiago news, then please do let me know in the chat. But let me just say hello to a few ears. Kian, what's up, you legends? What's going on, my mate? Thank you very much for coming into the stream. Off topic, but do you think Callum Smith will get the Canelo fight? Oh, so you're talking a little bit of boxing. I would love Callum Smith to get the Canelo fight. Mitchell, I think that would be a great fight for him. As you know, he's shown that he's good enough. I'm not sure if he'd fucking win or anything, but you don't know, do you, mate? At the end of the day, when you're in boxing, you just want to get the biggest fights. Jota is class. We will talk about Jota more in a bit, people, believe me, because he has been absolutely sensational. I've been saying this since day one. Rihan, you've hit the nail on the head there. Do you know what? I will answer these questions more in detail in a bit, but thoughts on the Khabib fight. I'm just going to give you this and leave you with this. Khabib is the GOAT, and at the end of the video, I'm sure we'll talk about that a little bit more, because I am a big UFC fan, so if there's any more of you, then please do get involved. Is Mane injured? No, don't worry, Mane isn't injured. If you're taking what I said before as Mane being injured, that weren't what it was supposed to be, mate. I was basically just saying we don't know if Mane is going to get injured, but obviously there's other injuries at the club right now, so that's all it is. Any news? Wait there, I've just missed it. Any news on the Fabinho's injury? So basically, I've said one thing I know, it's a hamstring injury. That means it could be a couple of weeks. I don't think he'll be out for months and months and months like a Virgil van Dijk, but he could be missing at least 3 weeks worth of action, which still isn't ideal. BJT 947, because at the end of the day, in 2 weeks now in football, you can play 6 games or 5 games. So we need him for as much time as we possibly can. But no, moving in to the next thing, moving into the Thiago update, it's good news. It's not like bad news. Listen, and do you know what, mate? Jurgen Klopp has been very quiet about Thiago. I've realised that about Jurgen Klopp. I've realised he likes to keep things up his sleeve. The Alisson thing no one knew about. No one predicted Alisson to start that game. I thought he would have been back before the West Ham game. That's what I thought. That was my prediction. Even when I said I think Liverpool should change to a 4-2-3-1, and they did do that against Sheffield United. I got every position right in terms of who started, except Adrian, because I said Adrian was going to start. Alisson started, and it was like Jurgen Klopp he doesn't give nothing to the media, and I like that. I really like that. He's unpredictable. He doesn't want to say something and get the people excited, because Alisson was so up in the air. He was coming back so quick from his injury that it was almost unbelievable. A great recovery, one that we needed, like I said earlier. But with Thiago, he's obviously had a bit of a tough start to the season. He had the knee injury against Everton, which Richarlison caused. Obviously, that was a really rough fucking derby, and Everton you could see they were up for that. You could kind of see Carlo Ancelotti said to them before that game, make sure you get fucking into these boys, because at the end of the day, that's the only way we're going to stand a chance of beating them. And at the end of the day, you can say that we deserve to win, which we absolutely did, but you've got to give them that worked. If you look back in hindsight, it worked. It shouldn't have, but it did. He's now back. He's been actually talked about positively for a while. He's been back in training. Now we need him back on that pitch, because we saw the impact that Thiago was having. Like I said earlier, he's our new Lamborghini, mate. He's our new fucking... Whatever car you want to compare him to, whatever your favourite car is, fucking anything, he's that and more. We saw glimpses of just class, of absolute being a boss, taking this league by the balls and just being the absolute sexy, sensational Spanish, Italian and Brazilian cunt that he is, because that's what he is. He's all them in one. He's literally got multiple nationalities, and you can see it in his football. Make sure you've got your cup of tea, by the way, Redmond's Army. Hey, Redmond's Army. Loud and in charge, you know what I mean? Proud and in charge, you know the score. No, boys, but I think it is good news about Thiago. I think he will get back into the team soon, but I will need to keep updated with updates coming over the next few days. Tesla, he is a Tesla. I would agree with this. Nissan, yeah, man. What is going on with Mo? So I've basically just said he was caught limping after the game. That's what I'm sure the news that you know. Nothing more has really came out, but hopefully it shouldn't be too serious. I'm shedding the light on it that he was moving a little bit quick when he was limping, which can always just mean he could have twisted his ankle a little bit. And I know that will scare you, but sometimes you can twist your ankle and it sounds like the next day. Do you know what I mean? So it could have been something like that. Bear in mind, he was just running around on a pitch for however many minutes. So, but no, hopefully that is not too serious. This is a good question, and this is a question that a lot of yous have been asking. James, would you take Koulibaly or Upamecano? Now, listen, what's your name? HR. You ask me, would I take them? I give you the answer. Yes, I would take them, but do I think we will get them? I am not sure. If I said who we more likely to get out of Koulibaly and Upamecano, I think we would be more likely to go out and buy Upamecano, because he's got a bit more pizzazz about him. Do you know what I mean, mate? He's French. He plays around big players. He's doing really well in the Bundesliga. Does have a few injury problems, but would I take him? Yes, I would. I turn down very few centre-backs right now, my mate. Trust me when I say that. I really, really do. But it's just absolutely insane, everything that's going on right now at Liverpool Football Club. Hopefully Thiago is back soon. But I do want to touch a little bit on the Liverpool Midtjylland game, because like I said, didn't do an instant match reaction. Now, like I did say earlier as well, I did miss the first half. Did get a chance to watch it back. Did get a chance to watch the second half live as well. Got to see Jota score, absolutely made up for him, because I've been calling for Jota, and you can go back and watch me recent videos. By the way, the edited videos of the Redmond roundup will be back tomorrow. This live stream is just something to cover for the fact that I haven't been posting over the past few days. So I thought I'd go live for a little hour. I'm even missing the Barcelona Juventus game to go live right now, but I'll catch the end of that. But no, moving into the Liverpool Midtjylland game. First half, quite slow. The game overall weren't that exciting, but the be-all and end-all is, people, and let me tell you this and make sure that you're excited. We have just gone into the Champions League and won 2 games and got 2 clean sheets. That's a great thing, and that's something that we need. Usually you need about, 9 to 12 points in the Champions League to qualify. Am I right in saying that? We're already at least halfway there, and that's just at least. We could be more than that. Got a big game against Atlanta next. All the more reason why we needed to win this. And the fact that we could win it at least comfortably. It weren't a breeze, but it was comfortably, is good. No player was really below a 5. Most of the players were about a 6 or a 7. Standout performers, you've got to shout out Thiago Jota. Mo Salah looked sound when he came on. Trent actually had a really positive game, which is good because I feel like Trent needs to build a bit more character. Joe Gomez was insane as well. Please do leave your man of the matches in the chat, because I do want to know what you think about that, do you know what I mean? But let me see what you are saying. By the way, boys, please don't spam. Please don't spam, because I don't want to time out anyone. I don't want to stop anyone from talking. I want you to give your opinion. I want you to give me your opinion. But if you're spamming, then I've got to time you out. Do you know what I mean? I've got to time you out, the boys. Right. But no, let me know who you think your man of the match was. And yeah, that'll be good. If I had to say my man of the match, if I had to give a player a proper standout, I do feel like you've got to edge maybe Joe Gomez, because he was just solid. He was so dominant. He was a threat. But in my opinion, 1-0, let's go. What are you saying, Jack? Jack being naughty. Jack being a tit. Boys, for fuck's sake, Jack's being a tit. Right, there we go. I've banned Jack. Don't worry, my mate. I've banned him. He's fucked off. For fuck's sake, Jack, you've ruined it. Jack Watson. You little what's it. Right? That's not funny. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so my man of the match. You could give it to a few players, but I just really like the look of Jota, people. I feel like we need to talk about Jota. I will move on from this topic in a second. But is it time to just permanently move to that 4-2-3-1 and move Firmino back into the number 10? Get Salah in the number 9. Get Mane on one side. Get Jota on the other. I'm very interested to know what you've got to say about that. People who aren't watching live, please leave it in the comments down below, because it is a very interesting one in my opinion. And I am very intrigued to see how Klopp does approach it going forward. And I know we weren't perfect in the opening minutes of them in that game against Sheffield. We did kind of build on as the performance did carry, but the all and end all is we've played a Sheffield team that is going to be motivated to play Liverpool, that is going to be up for trying everything they can. Also, you cannot discount, we had a decision or two against us, and I'm not trying to throw the VAR card out there, believe me, I'm past that. I know it's bullshit. I know that it doesn't go for us. Liverpool is the biggest myth I've ever read in my fucking life, and that's me being as unbiased as humanly possible. Anyone who agrees with the way VAR is being acting recently is just people that I can't really understand, because you've just literally got to use your eyes to see what's going on. But I think the way forward is the 4-2-3-1. I just think we can make that work. I think the players look more fluid in that. I thought Bobby Firmino looked more fluid in the number 10. I thought he looked more fluid than what he has done recently in the number 9. Let me tell you why. Because when he's in the number 9, he feels like he has to go back so much. He just does that naturally. He likes to track back. And I love the fact he likes to track back. But it means there's no one in the box when it gets to that counter-attack. It usually means there's no one in that central position, because he's all the way at the halfway line. Whereas when you've now got a Mo Salah who's in the central, by the way, who is a lethal finisher, probably in terms of getting a finish, not scoring the finish, but in terms of getting a shot on goal, who's really better than Mo Salah in world football? In terms of getting a shot on goal, who has more chances than Mohamed Salah? Yes, you can contribute his teammates that, absolutely, but you've also got to give credit to the player itself, because not everyone's doing it in the Liverpool team. It seems to be only him. Well, it is only him if you look, statistically. So it's just very interesting. It's all very, very. I'm honestly, boys, it's very interesting. Do you know what's mad? Yeah. I'm gonna put this comment on the screen because I want to call it out. Jack K, who's top of the league? Let me tell you who's top of the league. It's Everton Football Club. At least from my knowledge, it's Everton Football Club. Let me tell you though, Jack. And obviously, I want to be as unbiased on this channel as possible. But let's just be real for a second, mate. Can you really claim top of the league when you should be 2 points behind us? 3 points behind us, is it? Or 2? I can't even remember. but we should be above you. Bear in mind, take into consideration we have lost our best centre-back because of your goalkeeper. Now, I'm not going to go too far into Pickford because, obviously, if you know about recent news, my man's being hired in bodyguards and stuff. I don't know how necessary that is, but if it is because people have been genuinely threatening him, and not threatening him over Twitter, because that's just half what comes with, like, how you get death threats. Probably not to the level, but I mean, like, if people have came to him in, like, person, for example, and shown anything, then I understand. And it's not right, and I do not condone that. But your goalkeeper takes out our player and you're claiming top of the league. VAR saves you in that game and you're claiming top of the league. You just lost to Southampton and you're claiming top of the league. Right now, you're the laughing stock. You had your 5 minutes of fame and now you can sit down. Do you hear what I'm saying? And do you know what I mean, though, lads? And I've gave Everton the respect this season. But when people come in and, like, who's the top of the league? You've just got to remember, like, you are fortunate to be there. And I'm not saying you don't deserve it, but we should be above you, so you don't. We should be above you, so you don't. So we're just going to throw it out there because I don't know how much longer I can say this for. But 1995, motherfuckers. Do you hear me? I've just lost about 10 subscribers because they're Evertonians and, yeah, they just don't like me no more. But no, that's my rounds up on the Liverpool game. That's my rounds up on the Liverpool versus Midtjylland game and stuff like that. Make sure that you leave in the comments down below your man of the match and etc, etc. But I wanted to just move into a little topic, and this is just a fun one. Who would you keep? Who would you sell? And who would you avoid? Let me explain. So the player that you keep, I am going to give you 3 names, and I want you all to interact in the live chat and in the comments. The 3 names that I give you, you've got to choose one to keep, you've got to choose one to sell, which is quite self-explanatory, and then you've got to choose one to avoid. So the keep is the player that you really want to keep because you feel like you can add something to your squad. The sell is the one that you just don't need anymore. He's not worth your time. He doesn't need any. And I will give you the 3 names in a very brief moment. And then the avoid is like one that you'll keep, but he's not really that important, but you'll have him in case of a rainy day, like what Liverpool keep getting recently. So who would you keep, sell and avoid out of Origi, Minamino and Shaqiri? Let me know. I'll give you my answer in a second, but I'm very interested to see what you would say. So who would you keep, sell and avoid out of Origi, Minamino and Shaqiri? Remember, avoid means that you're keeping the player, but they're not really a part of your first team plans. They're just there for, like I said, a rainy day if you get an injury or if it's like a League Cup game. Do you know what I mean? But this is very interesting. Sell Firmino. I never even gave Firmino as an option. Bloody hell, Burns, bro. You do not like Firmino at the minute. And I think Firmino's at least improved minorly recently. So that's interesting that you say that. Let me see this. So from Parody Couple, don't sell Shaqiri, sell Origi, but keep Minamino. I wondered if I agree with that. Don't sell Shaqiri. Okay, I think I can fuck with that. Sell Origi. Would I sell Origi? I haven't even come up with my answer for this. I'm just interested to see what you've got to say. I'd sell Shaq, keep Origi, I'd avoid Minamino. See, some people do have that opinion on Origi. People feel like he should be playing more. Even yesterday, why is he playing left wing? Like, why is he playing left wing? He's a goal poacher. He's actually our only proper striker at the club. Did you know that? Did you know Origi's our only proper number 9 at the club? Like, it's true. It's damn true in the words of Kurt Angle. It's mad how true it is because he's actually a goal poacher. If you play to his strengths, he will get you goals. He will score more goals in a season than Bobby Firmino if he plays the same amount of games. Trust me, he really, really would. Keep Taki, sell Origi, sell Shaq. I'd probably sell Shaqiri just because he's older than the two. I'd keep Origi because, like I said, he's our only striker, but I'll probably avoid Origi because I don't think he'll get into the first team. So then I'd keep Minamino because even though Minamino has been not great recently, like people have been asking me on Minamino and people are saying he gets pushed off the ball too easily, James. He's not good enough, this, that. And you're absolutely fine to believe that way because it's true. What we're seeing right now is someone who he's quick, he's agile, but he might be a bit too agile for the league that he's in. He does get pushed out about a bit. Even the other day, against fucking Ajax when he came on. He was getting pushed about a lot in that game. He didn't really have a sniff, you know. And I feel like a lot of us have jumped on the bandwagon because he had a positive start to the season. Obviously, he played well against us last year, so you've always got to keep that in mind. But the number one thing for me, to why I will keep Minamino, is because I feel like Jurgen Klopp has saw something in him and he's going to develop him into the player that we think that he can get to. I might be wrong. I might be just looking at it smoke and mirrors, but in my opinion, I think that's the way it could be. I don't really remember too many signings that went wrong for Jurgen Klopp. Yes, you can say Karius and stuff, and then I'm sure you can mention one or two others like Dominic Solanke. By the way, he sold him for 20 million. By the way, we haven't had to use Karius since, and he replaced him with Alisson. So I think Minamino does have potential to be good. He's young, and I like his attributes in terms of attitude. I like the fact he does look hungry. He has, do you know that sort of similar mentality to, like, I'm trying to think of a good comparison. I can't think of a good comparison, but you can see that even though he knows he's not the best right now, he knows that if he at least believes in himself, he can offer more. And that's why I like Minamino. So I keep Minamino, avoid Origi, just because I keep him, but he doesn't start every game. And then I'd sell Shaqiri because he's the oldest. And let's be honest, mate, even though he's been getting introduced more recently and actually been playing well, I just don't think he's got much more of a chance at Liverpool. Does that make sense? I hope that does make sense. But no, I thought that was just a good little topic to do. I'll read some of your comments now. Let me keep up with some of these, mate. Karius got to the European final. True, he did get to the European final, but you saw what happened in the European final. Are you going to watch Juventus and Barcelona play now? No, I'm not watching them at the moment. I'm not watching them to go live because I haven't uploaded recently, so I needed to go live. And just say hello to you. But no, I will be watching that game back. Is it still 1-0 to Barcelona? Sorry if I've just gave it away to anyone, but I think it's 1-0 to Barcelona. I'm not sure who scores. If Minamino adapts to the Premier League, he can be brilliant as he bags a talent. Oh, as he has bags of talent. No, you see, I think Sam Jackson's just hit the nail on the head. He has talent, and you see players have to grow into themselves a little bit more. That's just how it is. But Cameron, I'm all right, lads. How are you, brother? I love people who just ask, how are you, mate? Do you know what I mean, lads? Just like, how are you, lads? You're all right? Fucking marvellous. Chelsea won 4-0. What's the team that they were playing? Not fucking Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan. Fucking shout out Borat. Nah, what was the team that they were playing just then? They just beat someone, but I can't remember the name. But fair play. Another win in the Champions League for them. A 4-0 win as well. Cannot go wrong. This is a good question. How long have you supported Liverpool? Let me just tell you this. I was born 27th of June 2001. I've got a Liverpool kit upstairs that literally was forced onto me. It was like the first thing I wore, besides like a fucking towel. Do you know what I mean? But the first like piece of clothing that I wore, it weren't a choice, mate. Do you know what I mean? It weren't a choice for me. I was born into it, and that's why I always feel a lot closer when I talk about Liverpool. I don't know, like people say to me, like, oh, you're a little like some people try and throw out that you're a plastic fan. Every football YouTuber gets it. They'll try and pick out reasons to find out why you're a plastic fan. But it's like, I didn't even get a choice. I didn't get to choose Everton or Liverpool. I was literally just born, and I thought everyone was Liverpool fans until like I realised there was Everton fans and stuff. So yeah, it's madness, mate. But nah, all my life, 100%. Dembele scored. Oh, did he score in the Barcelona game? Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Proper Scouser. Shout out to PB, yeah, man. PB, what's going on, lad? Thank you for coming in. Nah, nice one for everyone coming in. Like I said, sorry for not being active over the past couple of days, just being busy elsewhere. Listen, soon things will get better. The background's still shit, I know. Everything isn't perfect, but you know what? With the support that you're showing, we are just getting a little bit better and better. Even now I'm able to live stream, with a half-decent setup. It's not perfect, but it's all right. I've even got myself a little stand which you're sitting on, you know what I mean? So I've even got this Liverpool picture. I'll show it at the end of the stream. It's off our Hendo lifting the Champions League, which, by the way, just is the greatest moment of my life. But if anyone does have any questions that people... Oh, do you know what? I appreciate this. Devon, thank you for noticing. Literally just mentioned the setup there. I appreciate it. Do you like the setup? Do you think it's good? Is it something new to add? Is it something to keep? Hussam, you already know. Out of the LFC Cup as well. Shout out. Went out the wrong goal. That was so horrible. Fuck me. Sweet Nancy Francis in the name of Sweet Nancy. That was horrible. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, that was disgusting. Jesus Christ. Let me read this. I haven't been a sub for long, but you're my favourite Liverpool fan. Steve, honestly, I don't like... Is that Steve or Stu? Steve, listen, if you haven't been my fan for long, I don't care. Don't call it fan. If you haven't supported me for long, if you haven't subscribed for long, it doesn't matter. Just thank you for now subscribing. If you have, do you know what I mean? And by the way, if you haven't already, do subscribe. Follow Steve Ocean because he is a legend. Let me see what this is saying. Remove your glasses and dance. I'm not going to remove my glasses and dance because that would be weird. But yeah, here's a question from... I'm not even going to mention that name. Is Thiago back in for the West Ham and is Henderson injured? Do you know what, mate? I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on with Liverpool right now. I don't have a clue. I really, really don't. But before I do carry on talking about anything Liverpool related, we've got some more transfer news. We've got some stuff to talk about. Then I will answer your questions. But I do just want to shout out, well, actually, I just want to say rest in peace to Jeremy Wisten, a Manchester City Academy player. He was 18 years of age and very recently committed suicide. And it's fucking devastating to hear that he felt it got to the point where he didn't want to wake up the next day. And I don't want to put it down or on the stream, but a lot of the audience that watch me is male, and I'm going to presume a lot of you are either around the same age as me, 18, 19, or younger. And he was around the same age as me. He was 18. He's a footballer. He's got his whole life ahead of him. He's probably earning good money. He's probably not, losing any attention in parties from girls. He's probably got enough of that. Probably got enough mates. He's probably got enough people wanting to be his friends and fucking jump on the bandwagon. Yet there was still something there that made him feel like he didn't want to wake up tomorrow. And that's just the way life works. It's devastating. It's horrible. But people get into that state of mind. I've been there. God's willing, I woke up the next day. And God's willing, I wake up tomorrow. And that's why I like to try and attack every day while I can. But believe me, that mentality hasn't always been there. That mentality hasn't always been there. There was days where I wanted to give up. There's even days now where I want to give up, mate. In fact, another reason to why I've been slightly inconsistent recently is because I've had a drop in form in terms of motivation, in terms of life, in terms of understanding how everything is. You know how the world is at the moment, people. I'm not going to try and, create a sob story. Everyone's going through shit. But that doesn't mean that you're any less or should be any less concerned than anyone else. Everyone has a right to be upset and everyone has a right to speak up about it. People feel like they can't because they feel like they're being a burden, but we need to just start helping each other, man. I don't really know how else to say it. I don't really know how else to put it. But we really do just need to start helping each other. And it's sad the way the world is just splitting apart because it's not even the same world that I knew 10 years ago as a kid. As for Jeremy, it's devastating, mate. Like, it's heartbreaking because, like I said, the kid would have had the whole world in front of him and I'm sure he would have went on to do fucking amazing things. To you, Jeremy, rest in peace, my mate. And I really do hope you rest easy. And yeah, I'm sorry that it took you to do that, to make a statement out there to everyone that it's about time that we just be a bit more aware that people can be a bit more down. Don't just judge them straight away. And I'm gonna stop talking about it because I don't want to be. I don't want to get upset, mate. But I thought I'd talk about that because I want to offer to use. If you don't, this is not a plug for my Instagram. Believe me, this is the furthest thing from it. But if you ever feel like you're not in a good place, I do offer my DMs there. You can go and message me. I may not see it. I do try and get back to as many messages as possible. I'm not gonna lie. I don't sit there all day on Instagram, so I might not always see it. I might not reply straight away. But I do get through a lot of them. So at least that right now, I'm not sure if you're watching this in years' time and I've got more followers or whatever. But I do try and offer my service if I can, because I've been through shit. We've all been through shit. But it's good when you've just got someone who you can relate to a little bit, you know what I mean? And I'm sure you're here because you like football. That's something that me and you can relate with. Therefore, and if you support me and you show love to me, then I want to just try and give any ounce of that back. And it might not be perfect advice, but as long as you know that you're not alone, and as long as you know that you're not the only one who's going through that, in terms of going through struggle, then I'm glad that I can be the one to make you realise that if I can. Does that make sense? But without going on a tangent, I just want to say rest in peace one more time. But let me see this. So we are, for example, Cameron said, James, I messaged you on Insta the other day. I was wondering if you could message me after this live. Yeah, of course, man. Of course. Definitely 100%. James, you are my favourite YouTuber. You're a G. It's Jamie YouTube. Thank you so much, man. Yous are all legends. Yous are fucking legends. Yous make me so happy. Yous really do. Every one of yous, proper admire you for that, mate. Thank you. Stay safe. Thank you, Jordan. Massively appreciate it. Fucking hell, yous. Don't make me cry. Don't make me cry. Nah, shout out to every single one of yous, though. I have been a fan of you for a month, and every day I'm jumping for joy and waiting for the YouTuber. That's fucking perfect. That's the energy. That is the energy. I put it on my story because you shouted me out. It made my day. It's right, lads. I'm made up that I could make a day. Do you like Hollyoaks? BBG, I used to. I used to like Hollyoaks, to be fair, but yeah, man. As it is right, everyone. Just is right. You know what? But on that note, I'm not going to call it the end of the stream, but if you do have any questions, then by all means, go for it. I'm not sure how entertaining this is going to be for people who are watching not live, because I'm probably just going to be looking at the chat a lot, not speaking. But if you are just chilling and you've got your cup of tea, or you need to make a new one, then by all means, go for it, mate. This is like a little bit cold, but it's not that cold. It's still like warm. It's the point where it's bearable. But if you have any questions that you want to ask me about me, Liverpool, your club, or anything like that, by all means, go for it. Redmond Roundup videos do come back tomorrow as well, like edited belter videos. This is just average content. I just wanted to say hello to you, mate. So yeah, any questions that you want to get in, by all means, go for it. Just made my cup of tea. Oh wait, that's the wrong comment. Let me see. There we go. It's Jamie YouTube. Just made my cup of tea, lads. It's right, Jamie. Love that. Jake Pearson is right, brother. Don't, hey, boys, try and not spam in the chat. If I don't see your message, don't spam in the chat. Don't spam, because you will get timed out. You will get timed out. I'm sorry. It's just because we don't want spam. I need, just to be able to see your questions, I need to make sure that no one's spamming. Sorry about that. Bro, yeah, let me see this. Bro, you're so funny. I've been a fan for a week, and you're already one of my favourite YouTubers. Yes, thank you so much, Hassan. That means a lot. Score predictions for Saturday's game. Well, I'm actually going to be doing a preview on YouTube for that, so make sure that you keep stay tuned. Hey, is there anyone that you want me to collab with? I'm thinking about doing collab, so if there's any other football YouTubers or anyone like that that you'd want me to collab with over a live stream, then let me know. And I'll see if I give them a message. I think we should give Reece a chance, because he could be like Trent, a hero of the club who kids look up to, and Virgil coached him through his first game, so that could be more incentive to perform. Do you know what, Nikita? You've made a good point there, and he does train around top-class players. You're absolutely right. He trains around Virgil van Dijk. He's got that voice. He's got the leaders there. And Jurgen Klopp has said his ability on the ball is absolutely fantastic. So it may not be that bad, and maybe after a few more performances, by the way, we've already seen okay performances from the kids, then we might see a little superstar on our hands, and we just didn't even realise it. So really good point there, mate. Very, very good point. Do you think Klopp will take the FA Cup seriously this year? I don't think it's ever the case that he doesn't take it seriously, Ash. I just think it's more, sometimes we don't have the depth. Like last year when we had the Club World Cup and we had to play our under 18s or whatever against Aston Villa. Like, it's not ideal, but sometimes it just happens. This year might be the same. We've got a big flood of games, and look at all the injuries we're getting. So it might not be a case that we're not taking it seriously. Believe me, I'm sure we do want to win it, and I hope we win it. But things might just be a bigger priority at the time, if that makes sense. But let me know, do you think that we should go all fucking out and make sure that, like, even first 11s and shit, But just with the injuries and stuff, it's a very difficult one. It's a very difficult one. Do you have a season ticket for Liverpool, mate? Just wondering. I don't have a season ticket. I've never even came close to being able to get one because they're just so hard to fucking get. But if I could get one, I would love to. If anyone knows a person, give us a shout. Absolutely would love to buy one. That would sort my life out completely. But no, I just usually either buy tickets that my mates have. Obviously, people sell the season tickets sometimes. I'm not sure if that's a great thing to do. I feel like if you have a season ticket, use it. But it helps me get to the game. So usually I'll buy it off someone else or I'll just buy it off the website as well. So yeah, I'm not even sure if I should be admitting that I've bought season tickets from other people, but I'm sure it happens all the time, mate. I'm sure it happens all the time. Do you drink coffee? Mostly tea, but I will drink coffee sometimes. I'm not going to lie, I don't mind a little cheeky coffee. It's all right, mate. It's sound. Can't go wrong with a coffee. Let me see what this is saying. Prime Suarez or Prime Torres? Let me know in the chat. I think Prime Suarez was the better player, but I think Prime Torres was like more of a hero to me. Does that make sense? I think that's like my thing about it. Do you know what I mean? Stay positive, James. Keep doing YouTube and keep the same positive energy. Thank you so much. Use a boss. Use just sick. This is actually a good question because do you know what, lads? I needed to. Where's that question just gone? I hate the way this chat works sometimes. It's right. You've actually been getting active in this chat, mate. You've been getting really active in this chat. Yeah, this was it. What do you think about the Alaba rumours? I personally would love to sign him. He can play as a centre-back, left-back and midfield. Boys, let me know in the chat. I would take a David Alaba. Listen, I've heard as well that Bayern Munich have wanted to sign him on a new contract, but he doesn't want to sign it. Therefore, let's make another little swoop in and do a Thiago again, and let's get David Alaba. I agree, 100%. Oliver, I think that'd be a great addition. I think it like you said, versatility, but also quality. So I would take it 100%. Man, James, going on Strictly Football. How are we, mate? Are Tottenham title contenders? Ryan, I think the more title contenders than other people at the moment. But yeah, it's weird because you shouted me out and Chunks viewed my story and you two met. Is right. Hey, listen, that's a little bit of deja vu, mate. That's a little bit of deja vu. Mark Goldbridge. Shout out Mark Goldbridge. Top fella. Thogden collab. Oh, these are the collabs. When I asked before for collabs. Collab with Pickford. Don't think Pickford does want to do that considering he's blocked me on bloody Instagram, do you know what I mean? So I don't know if that's what he's want to do. I hope I haven't missed any super chats. I don't think anyone sent a super chat this stream, which believe me, I'm absolutely okay with the level of these streams are at. But I just want to make sure I haven't, so I'm just checking. I don't think I have, so we're all good. James, sing us a song. Walk on, walk on. I wish I had my scarf. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. Yeah. Everyone now, you never walk. No, the viewers are going down. I'll stop singing. Fuck's sake. See what you've got me doing, mate? Got me looking like a tit and people are leaving. Right, what's this? Just had a goal disallowed. Is that in the Barcelona-Juventus game? Remember, I don't want to be giving it away for people who haven't watched this, so I'm sorry. What would I have to do to get a follow on Instagram? Nothing. Just hopefully one day I notice you. That's it. I don't really want to start offering things because, you don't know what people are going to say. Let me see. You plan to ever do more stuff with the Redmen TV? That's a good question, and it's one that a lot of people ask, so I'm happy that you've asked it, Ken, my mate. So the thing is, I'm still very good with Paul and Chris. I love Paul and Chris. They love me. We're best mates, but we just don't do content at the minute because the way the world is. Also, they just haven't had any plans. That gets me involved, but they know the score. They know I am available for them whenever they need me. So give them a shout, get into their messages, and we will see what happens. But what's your thoughts on the way we've been playing? Well, considering the circumstances, pretty damn fucking well. When you take into consideration we've had about 12 injuries across the whole start of this season, and the fact we're still doing top of the league, it's not too bad. And we've won our first 2 Champions League games and got clean sheets in them games. So I think pretty fucking well, my mate. I'm not going to lie. I'm really not going to lie. When to press arrow key, realise it's the stream. Sorry about that. Don't worry, the normal videos will be coming back soon. Just thought, why not? Sadio Mane, he is, as I have said for 3 or 4 years now, the best player in the world. And Jamie, you do know that. James, mate, do you play footy? What's your favourite position? Right, strictly football. I do play footy. I don't play it all as much now, but I used to play it all the time. Favourite position is anywhere but goalkeeper. That's my, honestly, and I'm not even being funny with you there, that's genuinely my favourite position in the whole entire world. Any position but fucking goalkeeper. I hate goalkeeper. I can't do goalkeeper. That's why I feel sorry for Adrian when I chat shit, because I'm just here sitting on my ass and he's there literally trying to defend goals for Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? Do you think this new formation is the best way forward, even though we were successful with the 4-3-3? Charlie Gordon, I think it is the best way forward. Like I said before, it's the most exciting way forward because it gives you more cover for the defence. It gives you an extra attacking option when Firmino wants to cut back. Because as we know, he likes to chill around the halfway line and press. So when it gets to that counter-attacking situation, if you have a Jota on the pitch as well as a Mane and a Salah, then that's a perfect case scenario because they're 3 quick, flary players who want to do well. Do you know what I mean? But Morata has just had 3 goals disallowed now, mate. That's mad. That's crazy if that happens. I haven't watched the game, but let me read this. If we do not get a free agent to come in to replace Angel defenders, we are fucked. I've read that completely wrong. If we do not get a free agent to replace Angel defender, I don't know what. I think you're trying to say you want to get new replacements. But I don't know why you want a free agent because how many centre-backs are for free at the moment? I'm not sure. From TRC Tuffy. So who do you think will take over centre-back? I think James Milner could be a possibility. Nah, definitely. James Milner could, but I think some people would say Henderson, but you don't want to take what he offers to the midfield. Some people would say Gini Wijnaldum, but the same case for him. But they've played centre-back before, so it's something to take into consideration for sure. Do you know what I mean, my mate? But no, boys, I'm about to end the stream, so any last-minute questions, by all means, get them in. Hopefully you have enjoyed. It hasn't been anything exciting, but just thought I'd get it on, get it live, get it out there. We've been able to talk about a bit of news. We got to talk about the Liverpool Midtjylland game. Got to have a little chat with you. That's all I wanted to do because, like I said, I haven't been posting too much recently. But the edited videos will be back 100%. 100%. Right, let me read this. Yeah, questions like this. If you have to sign a player and sell a player, who would it be? If I could sign a player, and it could be anyone, Koulibaly. In fact, Upamecano. And then if I could sell a player, and it could be anybody, probably, I don't know. Probably Adrian, because I feel like we can just get better, and he doesn't need to play in goal for us anymore. And that's with respect, do you know what I mean? Can you say Curry Dove? I've just said it. I'm sorry if that's like a word that I shouldn't have said. But Smith, if you have just done that, then fuck you, man. But don't spam. See, Curry Dove, now you're gonna get timed out, my mate, because you can't spam. Can't spam, dude. Liverpool are lucky they have Alisson. That's true. Liverpool are lucky, man. Very lucky. Big up yourself, James. You're a funny guy. Been following you since the famous Mane Best in the World interview log. Keep it up. That up. Strictly football. You've been quality in this stream, my mate. Thank you so much for coming in. Really does. Can you read? Oh wait, there. Sorry. Can you read your DMs? Wait there. Can you read your DMs after this, lad? Also, who's your favourite YouTuber? Good question, and I will try my best to remember to check your DM, Louis, my mate. My favourite YouTuber, I have to edge it probably to. Favourite YouTuber? KSI's up there. I love KSI. He's fucking funny. He's a funny fucker. But you know what else I like? And I'm not just saying this because I met him yesterday, but I like Chunks. I like Harry Pinero. I like Young Philly and all them. They're not just funny, but their delivery is actually amazing. Like they're they're one of a kind, them boys. Let me know who your favourite YouTuber is because I'm very interested to see what you've got to say about that. Who do you think is the best goalkeeper in the world? I think when fit, it's Alisson, but I think because he doesn't play as often, maybe What? Bless me. Maybe an Oblak or something like that, do you know what I mean? Edison has a shout, but the fact he doesn't even start above Alisson in the Brazil team kind of goes away from that argument. But boys, I am going to call it a day there. Oh, wait, there. As an American, your American accent. It's crap, innit? But no, boys, I'm going to end the stream there. Thank you for everyone coming in. Thank you for... I don't know if we've had any super chats, but thank you if there has been anyone who sent a super chat. Thank you for everyone who's just commented. You know what? You're absolute legends. And like I said, the Redmond Roundup will be back tomorrow. What else? Let me answer this question. Let me answer it. Do you play FIFA? I do play FIFA. Sometimes I play FIFA. But no, I just, like I said, thank you. It's absolutely amazing. Hopefully you like the little sign. I've just nearly knocked it over. And I've got a sign. And soon I'm going to get like a studio put in place soon. I'm going to try and add FIFA content to the channel. I'm still finding my way with this channel, but hopefully you're enjoying the content. I am going to try and get much better content out there for you. And yeah, watch your Insta. For those who don't follow my Insta and stuff like that, let me wait there. James, bro, who's finishing top 4 this year? I don't know, but Liverpool are getting in there somewhere. This was the one that I tried to get it. Watch your Insta. Insta is James Evans _96. Twitter is the same. But yeah, people, I'm going to end it there. Thank you again for all coming in, and I'll see you all in a bit. Have a good one. Peace out.